When you work with Azure Storage, managing costs and performance efficiently is key. That's where storage tiers come into play. Azure offers multiple access tiers: hot, cool, and archive to help you optimize based on how frequently data is accessed. In this lecture, you learn what each tier does, when to use them, and how to configure them for your storage needs. When managing data in Azure Blob Storage, one of the smartest things you can do is choose the right storage tier. Each tier is designed for a specific access pattern and cost model. Your job is to match your data's usage profile to the appropriate tier to balance performance and cost. You will use the hot tier when your data needs to be accessed or updated frequently. It's perfect for workloads involving constant reads and writes, like live applications, transactional logs, or actively processed data. This tier is online and performance optimized, offering low access costs but with higher storage costs. Think of it as your fast lane for hot data. If your data is accessed less frequently but still needs to be available instantly, the cool tier is your best option. It's meant for data that can sit idle for at least 30 days, such as short-term backups, disaster recovery files, or older media content. While access costs are higher than hot, storage is more affordable, making it a great middle ground when you are managing volume with moderate access needs. The cold tier is ideal for data you rarely touch but still want ready on demand. It is designed for data that can stay in this tier for at least 90 days. With even lower storage costs than the cool tier and higher access costs, this is a smart choice for long-term datasets that are infrequently used, such as quarterly archive logs or older compliance records that don't need immediate attention. Finally, the archive tier is your most cost-effective option for deep storage. It's offline by design, meaning you can't directly read or modify blob content while it's in this tier. However, you can still access the blob's metadata and index tags. To retrieve the data, you'll need to rehydrate it back into the hot, cool, or cold tier, a process that can take several hours. Use the archive tier when your data is rarely needed and must remain stored for at least 180 days. Ideal use cases include secondary backups, raw data archives, and legal compliance records. Just keep in mind, early deletion or frequent access can result in additional costs. By understanding these storage tiers and applying them correctly, you'll keep your cloud storage efficient, cost-effective, and tailored to your data's true needs. You have multiple options to configure Azure Blob storage tiers depending on your needs. First, when you're uploading a blob, you can set the tier directly using the Azure CLI. For example, you might use a command, like shown on the screen, to place a file straight into the cool tier during upload. If you prefer the Azure portal, you can manually change the tier after upload. Simply go to your storage account, open the blob container section, select a blob, and under change tier, choose between hot, cool, or archive, then save your changes. For long-term efficiency, you can automate tier transitions using lifecycle management rules. Inside the storage account, navigate to Data Management and then Lifecycle Management and create a rule that moves blobs to cooler tiers based on their last modified date. For instance, you could move files to the cool tier after 30 days, then to archive after 90 days, and delete them after 365 days if needed. Use the hot tier for frequently accessed data like apps or analytics. Switch to the cool tier for backups or less used data, and rely on the archive tier for long term compliance or audit storage. Always monitor data access patterns and let lifecycle policies do the heavy lifting by automating transitions, saving you both time and cost. By mastering Azure storage tiers, you will balance performance and cost. Configure tiers based on how often your data is accessed and automate transitions with lifecycle policies to keep things lean and efficient.